Okay, I got cut off there again, but basically this will be a good thing. I'll do this in a hurry and we'll get to the other boss quickly enough. I should be using the shoulder buttons, but whatever. It's like, get 100 of these, and maybe get 100 of these as well. Just in case we start needing them. It'd be good to have options, basically. Now, let's see, 38, 48, and then for heavy bolts, 64, and 53 for sniper bolts. So, even if I don't get the most out of the sniper bolts, because I'm never at the highest range possible, they're still stronger than standard bolts. And therefore, they're worth paying attention to in some situations, I'm sure. But this is neither now nor then. What we need is we need to get some fire resistance up, which means probably we're putting on our dress, which has been so useful for fighting bosses so far. Probably can't get much better in terms of fiery resistance, and we may as well go with the lowest weight roll that we can. Blue tearstone ring is unlikely to be useful here. None of this other stuff really matters. What I want is my Flimsering. Where are you? Flimsering? Flimsering. Okay, cool. Instead of the Ring of Sacrifice, the Flame Plate Ring. Very good. That should do it. Let's go fight ourselves a demon. Seems like I had a bone shard from somewhere. I vaguely remember picking one up, so I thought I'd try it. But, Demon Ruins. Yep. Oh, before we fight him though, I just thought of it then. Won't make much difference. I was just going to reload the shrine area to make sure that Greirat has left. So I'll look pretty stupid if I go through all this and then it doesn't pay off. Should probably brace myself for that anyway, all things considered. When have I ever looked stupid? How about that time with the Deacons of the Deep, or when I bought Purging Stones thinking they would help? How about that time with High Lord Wolnir where I started to like aim at him with a crosshair even though I wasn't really supposed to, and then ended up not needing to in the end? Ugh. I'm pretty stupid. Did I do any other stupid things? I'm certain there was at least one or two other stupid things that I did. I might have enough to upgrade my crossbow, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. I think maybe I have enough large titanite to do it, but it's okay. The clock is ticking, and this fight might take a while. I'll probably just manually reset the video before I go through the fog gate, just to make sure I get as good a run up with this boss as I can. I've done pretty well recording the bosses and not getting interrupted so far, so at least for my winning attempts. I think there was a couple of losing attempts that got cut off, but this is just me rambling, so I'll see you again in just a sec. Alright, we are good to go. So, let us go. Although I probably should have switched to heavy bolts and go with standard bolts for now. And hopefully this boss actually won't be that difficult. Because to be honest, he's pretty damn weak to ranged attacks. At least most of the time. lot of his counter moves are based on the idea of keeping him, like he does things to keep you away from him, but he doesn't actually do anything when it comes to punishing you for staying away from him. See, like I'm actually destroying him so far. His second phase, so to speak, might be a bit more creative than this, but at the moment he's just getting wrecked. Let's see. This would be a lot more annoying if I was a melee user, but because I'm a ranged user, that the flaming fire thing almost is irrelevant. Like, he has to come to me. I don't have to go to him. These fireballs have such poor tracking. I would be amazed if he actually hit me with them. If I'm paying attention, at least. I couldn't tell if that was a 2 or a 1. Oh, a 2 or a 3, I should say. The one attack he might get me with is if he starts doing that really long combo in front of himself, and I'm not ready for it. But to be honest, this isn't looking good. Oh crap! Went to lock on again, and the camera readjusted itself in a bad way. Yeah, this is going to be a single ring. Oh. Dodging that can be interesting sometimes, but it's not too difficult. If I was a melee attacker, I'd love this bit. But as a ranged attacker, I'd be just as happy if he started summoning fireballs. I don't actually know how big the explosion is when he does this. I usually just block it and then just go in for the kill, but this is pathetic. I didn't think this boss would be hard, but this is... Yeah, that's not good. Sold the old Demon King. Alright. Sold the old Demon King it is. Nothing to see here. Hopefully Greirat is back. That was... yeah. I have nothing to say about that. He's not too hard a boss to begin with, but that was super easy. I think that's the strategy he's probably the absolute weakest to. Just a long-ranged poker. And Greirat's back. Yes. Okay, so my preparations paid off.
Oh, then we're both safe and sound. Thank the gods for that. I don't like getting things so close. I might have died if it wasn't that in the end, take a good look. They're sure to be of some.
Good-o, good-o. Thank you, Sigurd. I can now buy lightning bolts. And lightning bolts are probably the most damaging of all the options, provided my enemy is not actually resistant to lightning. But who knows how often that'll come up. I think lightning's a pretty good damage type overall for most of the remaining bosses. Who knows? Oh, I just spent all that on heavy bolts. Oh, that's a good thing.
Goodbye. Oh, this.
I like having the option to buy lightning bolts. I don't necessarily need to buy them right now. I don't know if Pontiff Sullivan is weak to lightning or not. I suppose it's good to have the option still. Yeah, I guess we just going back to what we were doing now. There's really nothing much to say about it. Randomly destroyed a Demon King boss. Yeah, the Demon King is much more interesting when you're fighting him in melee. That was about as easy a boss as I could have possibly had so far. In fact, it was probably the easiest boss so far, period. There's really nothing easier available. Even Vought, or maybe even the tutorial boss. I think I might have got through that entire fight without even being hit. Like, for me in this game, that's quite an achievement. I don't normally get away with that. I really should just run by these guys, but I'll at least take out the first two. Now that I've fought a bunch of these though, they're not... The first one I felt was like almost about to give me trouble, but now that I've fought a couple of them, I'm like, it really is just about not blowing your entire stamina bar in one go. You'll be fine. I've actually done pretty well at not being too highly leveled either during this playthrough. Oh, well, that's no grab attack, that's for sure. And the damage wasn't that great either, to be honest. We're starting to get to the point where I could easily kill enough enemies to grind out some bolts, even if I'm just using crappy wooden bolts. Hello? Sigurd? Sigurd?
Oh, it's rather warm in here. Well, hasn't it been all too long? It's good to see you. Oh, I seem to have missed my chance, so I, Siegwart of Katarina, offer my deepest gratitude.
Try to see if I can find his eyes.
And a little surprise to go with it.
There he is.
It's all yours. I know. Won't you try make a fine Esther soup? Even we undead. And finally, upon this rendezvous, to your valor.
Nice.
Have you heard? Somewhere, hidden right here in Irithyll, is a deep dungeon. And even below that, the profaned capital, home of Yorm, the reclusive giant lord. That reminds me. Oh. Well, the only thing...
Oh well, I already drank some, but let's drink some more. Stealing food. That's the way to do things. I take it Sigurd is the one responsible for all the Estus soup in the game. Which is kind of funny. Now then, this room is always a bit kind of creepy annoying. But if you hug the wall over here, you'll generally make it out okay. Not for one of our most hated enemies of all. Silver Knights. Who would intimidate me a lot more if I hadn't farmed you for Concords before. And therefore, pretty much your entire moveset I'm so used to. Not to say that they can't kill me or anything, it's just... I just don't feel anything from them. Like, there's no tension. Then again, I've been beaten up by these guys before, so probably shouldn't treat them with quite so much disdain. Oh, that was not what I intended to do there. Gotta save some stamina for dodging, not just reloading. The reloading doesn't take the stamina, the shooting does. But having your attack broken up into 2 actions like that, your stamina runs out when you don't really want it to. Yeah, time for some Dark Souls Black Ops shooting style gameplay here. Jesus, I wish I could use a great bow like that. Best thing to do would actually be to run up to his face and make him take out his sword. Damn it. He's a bit smarter than that. Oh crap. Can't strafe fast enough to get away with that. Almost. Ah, why does the target lock always... Like, the target lock holds while I'm behind the pillar. When I jump out to actually look at him, it lets go. Which is ridiculous. I've definitely got enough to upgrade my bow now, though. My crossbow, I should say. My last crossbow upgrade for the large titanite level. Oh, that's right. I've got to get those Lloyd's talismans. Gotta remember to do it. Or I'm gonna be in trouble when I finally do run into more mimics. Hey, Smouldering Hammer and the Leo ring, which I don't know if the Leo ring is that helpful. It might be, because strengthens thrust only for counterattacks. Which is like, yes, it does kind of work, but at the same time, no, it doesn't really work that well. Oh. I thought I could walk around those as long as I didn't roll through them, but guess not. Now, I hate this part for various reasons. There's an invader, there are dogs, there are spellcasters. Basically, nothing to like about it. I don't know where the Londor spirit actually approaches from. Is it up or down? Guess it's up. Okay. If possible, I didn't want to fight him and some other stuff at the same time, so... Oh! He has his own ranged options, unfortunately.